Good afternoon, folks. This is Chi Baker from Street Tactical Integrations in Portland, Oregon. And today I want to go over a couple of different concepts about the vertical punch, how to increase power to your punches. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy on this channel. I love JKD, and there people are saying, well, that's not JKD. Well, there's a lot of arguments there about what JKD is and what it isn't. What I'm actually going to talk to you about is principles that I learned from my teacher, Sikun Chan, doing Tai Chi. And there's a lot of crossover between Tai Chi and JKD. And there's a lot of principles that other martial arts have that will help you better your JKD. So if you're able to broaden your lens and look at some of the concepts and the skills of other martial arts, which is what Bruce Lee did to improve his martial art and develop JKD, you will find that you will actually, instead of being negative and ridicule other people's martial arts and their skill level, of actually improving yours and honoring and celebrating other people's martial arts. So there's a couple things I'm going to talk about. One of them also is actually from JKD, potentially. One of my teachers, Steve Golden, was an original student of Bruce Lee, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about one of his concepts while I'm going over different ways of, again, improving your power of your punch. The first one to talk about is what my Tai Chi teacher, again, talked about, was loosening, relaxing, and opening up your shoulder blade muscle. So when you throw a punch, a lot of times people lock out their punch, and which happens is that it decreases not only the range of your punch, but what you're doing is you're maintaining a lot of the power of an energy within your punch. So in Tai Chi, what we're trying to do is let all that energy that we're moving through our body and have it go into our opponent. So here, if I relax my shoulder, so here's the extension with my shoulder kind of locked out. Bam! Here's what happens if I relax it. I can not only turn my shoulder more, but it opens up and the reach gets way, way longer, okay? So I'm adding, I don't know, 6-ish inches to the reach of my punch. What I'm also doing is releasing that energy into my opponent, okay? So when you're, this by the way is Orange Face Man. I'm gonna introduce you. This is Orange Face Man that hopefully will go to federal prison sooner than later. But the way our government is set up, who the heck knows what they're gonna do. So when I am punching Orange Face Man, okay, again, if I lock out my punch, right, I'm maintaining and keeping a lot of that power in, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is relax this muscle here and let it open up and let that power go into Orange Face Man's jaw. Okay? So you're relaxing this and letting that power, instead of locking it in your shoulder, letting it release out. Okay. The other piece that I'm adding to this, there's lots of pieces, but the only two that I'm going to talk about is grabbing. Part of this is the non-telegraphic piece. Part of it is, again, is creating more snap to the punch. More snap equals more power. So I'm going to, my hand is open as it comes, and then right as it gets to here, it grabs, and it's as if I'm grabbing and ripping something off of his face, okay? What this is gonna do is gonna add more snap to your punch. The trajectory of this, again, is not forward and back like this. It's letting it circle around. So here, that, versus something like this, then I locked out my shoulder. Part of this movement here, this rounded movement, is gonna allow this shoulder to open up. If you allow your shoulder to open up, again, you're gonna get more power, more reach. If again, you're grabbing something, you're gonna get more snap, versus a lot of people clench their fist way too early, so they're almost even starting with their fist in a clenched position. Or that as they hit, it stays in a clenched position. Again, what happens is you're holding on to the power here. Okay, so you want to relax and release that energy. You're going to grab circle around and snap. So it's like you're snatching something out of the air here. You're gonna do that when you throw the punch. Okay, so what it looks like on dear old orange-faced man, who hopefully is gonna go to federal prison, is I'm here, snap. Okay, so it comes in, right? I'm trying to do this in slow motion. In, snaps, circles around. And after I punch, the hand opens up. So when it ends, right, my hand is open. So I come in, hit, and then relax. Okay? So those of you who are interested in looking at different concepts, think about these. Again, if they work for you, that's fantastic. If they don't work for you, that's okay too. We want to pick up what's useful for ourselves as martial art practitioners and what works for our system, our body, all those things. Not everything that works for one person is going to work for the other person. And that's totally legit and totally okay. Remember, when you're starting off this, well, what I would advise, start slow. Think of the concepts, right? If you start slow, you'll get the mechanics. Okay, if you go as hard and fast as you typically punch, you probably won't learn new mechanics. So you start slow. As you get slow, as you're practicing slow, you will start to get smooth, hopefully. As you get smoother, you can start to get faster. As you get faster, you potentially will get deadlier, right? So the phrase is slow is smooth, smooth is fast, fast is deadly. Really what say is that slow can create smooth, which can facilitate speed, which may evolve into being deadly. One doesn't equate the other, but it is a good pathway for it. So again, hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully it's something that you can add to your repertoire. Again, if it works for you, fantastic. And if it doesn't, well, hopefully you can find some tools that work best for you. I'm always interested and eager to learn about other people's skills and what they have to help advance our community of martial artists. So if you've got something different, something that you feel is better, or if you've got something you think is going to add or advance this, please let me know. All right, thank you so much.